Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. I gotta go finish this painting, but I'm sure, or at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live Up to Freedom. Happy Friday. How are y'all doing? I hope you are doing good. I really pray that your week has gone wonderfully. I have done my very best to get Emma to stay out of this room. I have had no success, so you might hear her breathing or whatever right by my microphone. Do forgive me and her and all that. She'll go soon. Anyways, so um, it's in reality, even though that was filmed a long time ago, but I do have lots of pieces I have to finish and a lot of um, custom orders that I need to get to. Hello, everybody. Hi, Karen. Hi, Tammy. Thank you so much for joining. And today, being Friday, I will make sure to talk to you guys as best as I can. Before I get going, I noticed a comment on a Frank's speech that I want to quickly address by Dave uh, Josen or Josan. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the second part of your name. The comment says, give the viewers of your Lindell TV channel a real-time live chat feature like YouTube already has. So Dave, if you're asking for a comment section where your ad is exactly um, where you can comment live with other audience or the hosts. Otherwise, if you just want to have a chat room or a messenger or comment section, you can always register an account with Frank Social. Remember, we have a social media platform called Frank Social, where it's like Facebook to, it's actually a combination of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, all those functions are in one. So just download the Frank Social. You can get it on your App Store, depending on what kind of phone you use. Frank Social, and boom, you have the ability to communicate with the rest of audience and members of Frank family. Boom. So I figured I should address that. Yes, Karen, Kitty is thankfully the lower third is kind of covering her. But how about this, Emma? You want to say hi to everyone? It is Friday, so we can do a little bit of a lighter show. There she is. There she is. Baby girl Emma is joining mommy today on a live show. And as soon as I put her down now, she's going to run because she hates to be held or to be touched. So there we go. I should have done that sooner. Baby Emma gone. Okay, so that's what I wanted to address with Dave. Hopefully that helps. Um, a good point, right on. Yes, and Dave, also, if you want to be on the comment section of frankspeech.com, where everybody's commenting, you need to sort your comments by default. The comment is, I think, best comment, but you sort that by newest, and then you see everybody's comment. Now, as Ryan mentioned, it's middle of the day. The traffic on the website is a lot lower. That's one of the reasons I kind of switch back and forth between my 2:30 spot and 5 p.m. spot. Uh, but afternoon, right about mid show of Steve Bannon, which is about 5 o'clock, until 11 or 10 Central Time, when Silk is wrapping up her show, is when the highest traffic of comments are there. Um, okay, so that being said, I did finally manage to add my new P.O. Box address on my lower third, so there you have it. P.O. Box 806, Frisco, Texas 75034 zip code for those of you who were waiting for a new P.O. box to be set up. There we have it. As always, I forgot. You know how it is, I plan everything in my head, and then 10 minutes before the show, I remember, oh, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do this up, and I forgot. But I just got my Pillow 2.0. I got my package yesterday. Mm, they're cool. They're really cool. They are. So if you want to get yours right now, we are, I believe, running a promotion. So you can go to mystore.com or mypillow.com, order your MyPillow 2.0, which is the same technology inside of it. The outside, the fabric outside has the new technology where you don't need to, as Mike said, you don't need to flip the pillow in the middle of the night. If you're like me, hot temperature, flip it over for the cold side. It just continues having the same temperature at all time. Use the promo code AC21, which is my promo code. You get the buy one get one free. So you basically pay for one get two. AC21 promo code would help me continue doing what I do, and it will get you a discount, which is a big discount in this case, getting one for free. LiveUpToFreedom.com is where you can find all of the previous shows and programs that I've done. Also, articles, radios, for instance, and other people's show, all that educational material. Also, linked to my artist store, PayPal, Give, Send, Go, all that good stuff you can find there to support. Okay, that was a very long intro, but I did tell myself, I'm like, it's Friday. Get on there and take your time. It's okay if you run out of time. It's okay if you have to continue the discussion on Monday. That's all right. Now, I titled today's stream as "Burning America Down the Plan," which it's a bad phrase. It's a very sad phrase, but some of us have been saying that the plan, the ultimate goal, is to burn America down as we know it and build their deluded utopia on the ashes left. But now it's becoming literal, like literally, are they burning America down? So I'm sure by now you're all familiar with the derailing, the train derailed in Palestine, Ohio, which from day one I'm like, coincidence? I don't know. Palestine, Ohio, well, anyways. Um, Now, fast forward today, officially, Biden administration, Biden himself clearly, openly, and publicly refusing to send help. This was posted by Congressman Jim Jordan himself that Biden is refusing to send help to Palestine, Ohio. There are videos coming out of the disaster, the parking lots with dead birds, just random dead birds on the ground. There's a video of a little lake where how contaminated, I can't pronounce that word. How badly the water is there. Yes, I'm talking to my audience. Do you mind? We can definitely cuddle later. Thank you. Um, Now, fast forward, we have the second derailed train in Michigan. I have the information here right in front of me. So apparently, um, 30 Norfolk Southern Railroad train was derailed in Van Buren Township in Michigan. It's interesting, for lack of a better term, it's interesting because so the emergency crew has rushed to the scene, and they're claiming the Congresswoman Debbie Dingle. I'm sorry, is that really the last name Dingle? I hope that's not how it's pronounced. Anyways, she has mentioned that most of the train cars were empty, most of them. But those that weren't were definitely carrying potential dangerous chemical, being liquid chlorine. Liquid chlorine. Another train derailed with with dangerous chemical. Huh. I would say what are the odds, but I think that's kind of I've said that too many times. But second train carrying or transporting chemical, hazardous possibly chemical, derailed in matter of a week. Let's say clearly we're not helping the people of Palestine, Ohio. It's interesting that we have no problem sending money to Palestinians, right? But Palestine, Ohio doesn't deserve funding to be supported, helped, and they are in danger, literal help, like human beings' lives. is in danger. Steve Peters tweeted a few pictures this morning of parking lot, in Palestine, Ohio, with dead birds, literally just drop dead birds. Now people are evacuating. Not everybody has the capability to evacuate. Um, so yeah, that's that. That's Ohio. Now we have Michigan, and then we have the fire going on in Kissimmee, Florida. 5 acres of what was it, plant nursery, burning, just burning. And now if it was just a fire, okay, but as pointed out by many other, I'm not the first one to point this out, but pointed out by many others, now me pointing it out, what is HAZMAT doing in Kissimmee, Florida fire? If it's just a natural fire, why is HAZMAT there? It's one of those times of, if you missed Brandon House Live, the program Brandon House Live, um, last night, I strongly suggest you go to wordweekend.com, wordweekend.com, or www.tv.com. Either one goes the same place. There's one of the segments with Robert Spencer, titled "How the Left is Manufacturing War." Um, these are the wow, interesting point, James. I will read your comment in a minute. Um, these are these are the times that I actually genuinely sit here, and I mean literally here, because those of you who saw the office slash studio picture on my Facebook, you know that this very position is also where I work, where I do my research, where I do my study, where I do my writing. Like everything is within handreach. My book where what I write is right to my right, my headphones right here, my papers are here, printer is over there. So this is like my about 14 hours a day is spent here, especially Monday through Friday. But I'm sitting here this morning, and I'm like, what more does it take? Like, is there anyone out there right now? Is that an individual, one person, American, in America right now, who would think all of these are accidents? Does anyone believe this anymore? Or are we all on the same page that this is all um, happening on purpose? That's why my question is: Are they gonna burn down America now? These fires, these farms burning down, these derailed trains, all of this cannot possibly, in any shape or form. I had someone few days ago on a discussion on messaging discussion, I would say private discussion, saying, um, you know, uh, they said something of, why don't you look at it this way? This is all God punishing us. And I was like, okay, I will look at it that way. I will not deny that at some point very soon our country will be judged by God. And all of us have played a part in this sinister path of life for last, I don't know, 10, 15 years. I'm not going to exclude myself. I'm not going to say, why would God punish me and decent? I get that. But why don't you look at it this way for a second? That this could very well be the tyrannical dictatorship in the White House, working with the elite to destroy America. Because remember, as someone who came from outside of America, it was until second term of Obama, U.S. was the most powerful country. Every other country, every other government, they were terrified of America. Within the eyes of Islamic movement from 44 years ago to today, the plan has been to take down the great Satan. They don't even refer to Israel as great Satan, even though in their own book of Quran, Jews are the worst. US, America has always been the great Satan. Uh, The end goal for the elite, for the globalists, for the one world order, whatever we want to call them, they're all the same to me. But the end goal will not happen until they take down America. And then they had this huge hiccup. The 4 years of President Trump fixing the economy. I mean, it wasn't just fixing it; the economy was like awesome. Closing the border, eliminating certain things, yada yada yada. That 4 years gonna push them back. Now they're coming back even full force to destroy America. And but I feel like today when I say destroy America, we are past the point of taking our freedoms and oppressing us. And no, it's literally destroying America, like burning down America and killing Americans through either COVID or sorry, shot, not the COVID. Well, COVID is part of it. Um, or killing the masculinity of our man by turning him into woman, or killing the fragile role of a woman in society by turning him into man. And it's just so much. I think I'm like even sounding overwhelmed. Let me calm my mind down for a minute. It's a full circle. That this is all the response I'm giving this dear friend who's saying you need to stop giving power to the enemy, saying this is all them, and you need to give glory to God that this is our punishment. Glory goes to God all day long. Yes, but sometimes by looking at it the way this lovely person is looking at it, could be that wrong translation or the wrong point of view that can create a bigger punishment, because we have allowed the enemy to fool us to think this is what. And again, I have had this discussion many times with many people. I've always said I rather be a God loving Christian woman over being a God fearing Christian woman. And I understand the concept of being God fearing, but with my background, I rather be God loving, because I have feared this creator for many years, that I don't want to have that fear with my true God. But that's besides the point. But I'm very good at getting sidetracked, right? Let me bring myself back to the point. Um, I Yes, there will be the day we will be all judged. There will be a day where our country will be judged. A lot of the natural disasters could be warnings by God. But this right now, this circle we'll talk about, from our border to our children, to our men, to our women, to our military, to our economy, to these, accidents. This whole circle does not look, nor does it feel like God's punishment. This absolutely looks like more of a, the devil doing the devil through those who are willing to do the devil for the devil. Oh, so many devils, but you get what I'm saying. Let me quickly scan through the comments because I don't want to miss, especially our Lindell TV, because we will wrap up here in half an hour. Um, Amen, right on. We do need George Washington. I would definitely emphasize on George Washington or a William Wallace to unite and organize us. Definitely do need a George Washington. Or I would say we. I would also say we could definitely use a Lincoln mentality to start a wonderful, powerful new party for us. That would have been a good thing to you. But again, it's one of those what's Thank you, Fred. It's East Palestine, not Palestine. Got it. East Palestine, not Palestine. Do part of my accent. Mine is just, the habit of Palestine being the pronunciation of it. East Palestine, it's good. Thank you, William. I very much appreciate your very, very kind words. I am very glad that you feel like I am making an impact. Um, Huh. Good theory, right on. Right on thinks the railroad unions are retaliating for not getting the money they demanded. I'm guessing this is regarding the strike that we're doing, and now they didn't get what they wanted, and now they're derailing. Yeah, good move, RR721. You can actually find my videos on Frank speech by just searching my promo code, which is AC21. AC21. Let's go over here and see what we have. Have you seen the stories of the revivals happening at several universities? Campuses going on now. Yes, I have, and actually, I came to know about them through Brandon House. Again, I'm an avid listener. Well, Brandon House is my boss, but I'm also a huge avid listener to his radio. Today's radio was amazing, guys. Oof. And he had Andy Woods on, and it was great. The prophecies and revelations, it was good. But yes, Ace, I heard those, heard some of them on Brandon's program. Okay. Any other questions? Quickly scanning. Yes, Steve, it's acts of war. And Steve is saying that apparently something on Facebook is wrong with commenting section. So, guys, I am on Rumble. I am on YouTube. I am on both channels on Facebook. I am on Frank Speech, Lindell TV, and Twitter. So if one is giving you a hard time, just head over. Also, Lindell TV audience, if you're interested in watching the second half of this program, as soon as we hop off here, you can head over to my Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, my own website actually. We stream this directly on liveuptofreedom.com. You don't have a comment section there yet. I'm far from being able to afford that function, but for now, at least the stream is there. Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and all that. So, James, I like what you said, so I want to share this with the audience. Um, James Lightfoot says a dirty bomb or radiological dispersal device is a radio. Oh, wait, no, that's not the comment. Which one was it? You said something about, well, I'm gonna just paraphrase because I can't find the comment now. But James thinks that they basically detonated a dirty bomb in Palestine, Ohio. That's what he thinks, and I would not put it past. At this point, it is dramatically sad, but then I feel kind of uh, calm about it that I have reached a point to look at it this way. But it's like whatever they say. Now, who do I refer to when I say they? The government, White House, there are speakers, they're puppet heads, they're behind the scene people, front seaters, Congress, Senate, mainstream media, even alternative media. Whatever they say, I will absolutely disregard that as a lie and I look for something else. At this point, I don't believe anything any of them say anymore. And I know this is ridiculous, but it has been proven one way or another, every single one of them, from the good guys, the bad guys. Like the bad guys are just liars. Well, that's the way it is. The good guys are now apparently, manipulating things because they're playing, you know, politics and they have to be diplomatic and yada yada yada. So I just don't believe anything any of them say anymore. You have Newsmax, and I know a lot of my audience are Newsmax followers and audience, and good for you. But me personally, I don't do Newsmax anymore. I haven't done Newsmax since 2019, early 2020. It's literally they will stay within a very careful thin line that they won't pass that, which they should, because a lot more truth could come out of what they're doing. They could provide a lot more truth, but they stay within that for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is not to lose the sponsors. Well, isn't that what Fox News did? Isn't that what Fox News did? Now they're following the same foot of stuff. I'm not saying everything they do. Well, they will get to where they become Fox News. They're not there yet, but it's all certain missteps are the start of the wrong path. It's a misstep, but it can completely change your direction. Been there, done that. I'm sure we all done that. But I don't do Newsmax. I just don't. The moment they decided to come up with some sort of excuse to not run an ad for an ex-Muslim former child bride because they don't want to touch that topic is when I was like, we're done. You are not going to, like, you won't accept my ad because you don't want to lose the bigger. sponsors. Then you're not here to tell me the truth. You're not here to report on the truth. You're here to be manipulated by your puppeteers as to what you will say, you will not say. That's what you're doing. Kiba, who's been doing overtime? Sorry, I missed who she is, so please tell me who is doing overtime. Um, Karen, I have not. Karen's asking, has anyone seen or heard from the engineer of this train? Doesn't seem like everyone would be interviewing him or her. Was there no engineer? I have not heard. I have not seen anyone talking about the engineer or to the engineer. So, um, oh, I love that. R. Burton. Just as salt prevents the rot of meat, we are supposed to be the salt of the earth and prevent the rot of sin. We have not been being the salt of the earth. That is why the left is getting away with the rot of sin. Love that. If you don't mind, I might actually steal this and use it here and there. But yes. Oh, thank you. Right on. Says that's why we watch you, Annie, rather than Fox and Newsmax. Yes, that's the thing. Those of you who've known me for many years now, as you know, I never ever went to a network. I always had my own platform, my own YouTube, the Facebook, whatever the case might have been, until I was privileged to receive an offer from Mike Lindell and Lindell TV to have my show, and then further down the road, I had an offer from Brown House to have my 1 hour show on WBW. And I accepted them. Why? Because neither Mike Lindell nor Brown House are ever going to tell me, hey, listen, say this and then don't say that. You have to agree with everything we say. You have to disagree with everything. They don't have that policy. Like you're on air, you're doing your own show, as long as you're telling the truth. The only condition is you do not come on air and talk about things you do not have proof and fact for it. We have to provide truth. We have to be factual when it comes to Lindell TV and WBW TV. Otherwise, there are no filtration, censorship. You do what you gotta do, and that's the thing. My topic is, a little touchy there, so a lot of people don't want to touch it. But Mike Lindell and Brown House, neither one of them had any problem with me touching this topic. Um, Boris, I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube is shadow banning me. I know I've been back on shadow ban with Facebook for a week now, but I'm not surprised um, if they are. Again, just head over to my Rumble. Rumble is where I'm not being censored. I mean, I'm growing pretty nicely on Rumble, and I do have my eyes on um, comments here. And yes, I agree on Newsmax when um, what is it? Bob Sellers walked off camera when they had Mike Lindell. I think it was absolutely rude and unprofessional, but then at the same time, it was so hilarious that the snowflake was triggered. I am coming to like last seconds of my time on Lindell TV. Lindell TV audience, as always, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful and absolutely blessed weekend. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Remember, liveuptofreedom.com. Liveuptofreedom.com is where you can support me directly. If you want to support me in Mike Lindell and Frank's speech and Lindell TV at the same time, all you got to do is go to mystore.com or mypillow.com, make a purchase, especially the brand new product, MyPillow 2.0. Use the promo code AC21, AC Annie Cyrus, AC21, and you will get a buy one, get one free, and I will get credit for your purchase, which will come back to me doing what I do right here on Lindell TV, WBW TV, and every other platform. And if you want to continue watching today's show, guys, you can head over to either my website, my YouTube, or my Rumble, and I'm referring to Lindell TV audience. Rest of the platforms, please don't go anywhere. I'm going to take a 1 minute um, sponsor break. Be right back. We want to talk a little tiny bit Quran because we need to do that. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, I'm Mike Lindell. Years ago, when I invented my pillow, I was faced with every adversity you could think of. No retailers wanted to sell my pillow. That's come full circle. Vendors took advantage of me, and I was copied by China. Well, by the grace of God, I was able to get through all that and learn from it. I have a passion to help other U.S. entrepreneurs, and that's why I created my new platform, mystore.com. We have hundreds of products from amazing entrepreneurs, and to celebrate, I'm going to put my pillows on mystore.com right now. You can get my standard My Pillows regularly $69.98, now only $19.98 with your promo code. Or you can get my standard queen size, regular $79.98, now only $29.98. Or you can get my premium king size, regularly $89.98, now only $34.98. So go to mystore.com and use that promo code on your screen to get huge discounts on all my store products. Thank you and God bless.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I am always grateful for you being here. Okay, so we concluded they are burning down America. Wakey, wakey, time to get up, stand up. Um, you know, fight back, ask questions, demand answers. I lost my pen. I can't talk. Okay, I cannot talk without this pen on my hand. Well, I can, but then I have to do other weird stuff with my hand. Ace is saying is still waiting on info about what I request from you, Delaney. Just let me know if you can do what I asked first, and then give me. We're talking art. Yes, Ace, I am on it. But as I mentioned on my show, I think yesterday or the day before, I literally just finished putting up the art studio and garage back together. I'm catching up with work. I'm running a little behind. Lord willing, starting next week, I will dive back into creating and pouring, and I will start on custom orders that I have. And on then, I will come back to. I will get back to you with information. I do believe I can do it, but let's see where it goes when I get my hands actually into pouring. I heard that Quran is placed next to another book known as the Hadith. Um, Quran is not necessarily placed next to it, but yes, Quran. Okay, if we're talking Sharia or Shariat, um, Sharia is the combination of Quran, Hadith, and Sirah or Life of Muhammad, all put together as Sharia, which I was going to talk about a few verses of Quran, but let me do this first. Missy Emma, I need to move back a little. Do you mind? There we go. Here we go. Okay, let me grab this. I do love the fact that I have my bookshelf here now. It makes it so much easier for me to just randomly go to things, right? Okay, so when I say Sharia, here's Sharia right here for you. Reliance of the Traveler. Pretty thick book. Um, this is a classic manual of Islamic sacred laws. Right here. This is your Sharia. Every time I say Sharia, this is it. Right here. This is Sharia in one book. I would not suggest, or I wouldn't say go buy it by yourself unless you can afford it, or unless you're me and you refer to you see all the book, the marks on it, right? Um, it's a it is fairly well. I wouldn't say expensive book because books are always worth the money, but this is an expensive, it's a very expensive brainwashing system. So I wouldn't ask you to buy it, but um, if you do, or few of you put money together and buy one, and then you can just use it together. However, this is pretty much where you see um, you know I just opened this for whatever reason. It has I have the Arabic and the English one. That's the one I have. I don't know how much you can see here. There you go. We're gonna try. Um, basically it tells you the law that applies to that specific category. What I'm looking at marriage, book of marriage, but it is using verses of Quran, different hadith, and rulings of Muhammad coming together to give you this modern day ruling. It has many different categories. It has jihad. This is one of the books I refer to when people want to know more about jihad, I tell them to go here. Some of the categories here are sacred knowledge, the nature of legal ruling, purification, the prayer, the funeral prayer, zakat. We've talked about zakat on my program a few times. Fasting, trade, inheritance, marriage, divorce, justice. What else? Delusions, a pure heart, the Gabriel hadith, Gabriel, the uh, angel who came to Muhammad, belief in Allah and His Messenger, notes and this and that. So this is what it is, and it's interesting because sometimes when there's the argument of Islam religion, da 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 da, I'm like, Islam is not a religion, Islam is a cult. No, like, why would you say that? It has all the concepts of religion. Yep, maybe. No, no, maybe it does. It has prayers and this and that. But when your religion requires this to tell you every aspect of every little step you're about to take in your life from the moment of birth until the moment of death, then it's a cult. It's a system. Listen, the book itself says the Islamic sacred law. Religion doesn't include laws. It includes do's and don'ts, but it's not laws. So that this right here, this book, and this is not it's not one of those things. Some Muslim might tell you that they don't even know this exists. They might say they know it exists, they don't follow it. But bottom line is, this is the book that is being taught in every single five major Islamic schools. The five major schools that is producing your imams and muftis and supreme leaders and all that. This is what they're being taught. And again, everything in this has been merged. Nobody sat and read this as of like, oh, I know how to translate. No, this is literally come when you read through it. It is referencing the ruling and the law and the how to. It's referencing Quran or Hadith or both. So this was gathered from the actual source. That's why I like it. Right here, I have my Quran. That one is my Quran. That one is Khomeini's fatwa book. But that's the thing. I go to the actual sources. The Quran relies on the travel and Hadith. Now I don't. I'm not planning to spend that much money buying all the collection of say Al Bukhari. I use that online. There's an online version. But with reliance of the traveler, you might find some pages of it, most popular or most used pages of it as PDF. But the book by itself is not available as a full PDF. And even if it is, again, this is too big of a book for me to go online. As you can see, I have notes. A lot of times when I'm writing my articles or if I'm on a stage talking to people, whatever it is, I use this book. It's easier to, just open it, look at what's there, and, go from there. But yeah, so anyhow, uh, since someone asked, here we go. I am doing a Haran thing on Reliance of the Traveler. I'm making music, rhythmic noises on it. Reliance of the Traveler, as I said, I'm planning, I'm really planning to start a series where I will dive into Reliance of the Traveler. Um, it's just lots of work to break it down and categorize it and then do it per episode. And again, as you know, I produce my own show. Like literally, I'm sitting here clicking, moving things around myself. It just, I will get there. Just give me a little bit of time. But this book, after Quran itself, this is the book where you read it and you're like, wait, what? Huh? How can anyone be aware of anything that is within this book, from marriage to divorce to death to birth to jihad to revenge, even to pray? Like, there are things in here about wash off that will make you go, ew. But yes, I will get to this soon. We will break this down and we're going to do maybe weekly review of Reliance of the Traveler. Now, that being said, let me do this. I should probably let me close this real quick because it's kind of pulling my thing. Okay. I have two verses. Well, no, two chapters with few verses I want to go over. Let me glance at comments so I don't. Um, Thank you guys. I am saying your kind words and you are very welcome. It is my absolute duty to do this, expose Islam. Um, yes, Ace. Yes. Um, I understand you not caring to have a copy of anything Islamic. I do need, unfortunately, I need them right here accessible. Because one thing, I don't know if you've noticed or not, I'm still, when it comes to my own work, I'm still very old school. I still print things. I still need to have pen and paper and book and, do writing. And then the other weird thing about it is a lot of time when I'm doing a deep dive into research, I still take my notes in Farsi. It later when I go to gather them into paragraphs or whatever it is, it just works better for me. If my short notes are in Farsi, I it tend to I remember what I wrote a lot easier and a lot faster than taking notes in English. Let's not mention spelling on its own is like, what did I spell here? What did I mean to write? I have no idea. Let's go back to the beginning of the research. On that note, having them handy to just grab it, open it instead of having to, and another thing is I try to be very organized in my head. So, like the TV room is separated from the study room, is separated from the workroom. I try not to put things next to each other. On that note, I just grab these books, go sit there and start grabbing material either for my speech coming up, for my show coming up. Emma, you are absolutely distracting everyone, including me today. This is a serious topic, and you see, this is why I have cats because they will not allow too much seriousness in my life. They always come and look all cute. Uh, I appreciate that. It's yes, I do understand English and I do speak English. I would say I have realized better than some of the younger kids here, but writing is a different thing when it comes to writing. Um, well, there you go, Kitty, Emma. Tammy said you're fine, so we're gonna let you stay. I was about to remove you from this seat again, but for now we'll let you stay. Okay, those chapters. Again, rumor has it, you know how that works. Let me see how I can put this up because we need to go over these. So, what do I have first? Oh, I know. Yes, this is the one. We're gonna, let me do this. There we go. Just bear with me, guys. This should do. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun, I would say. This is chapter 4. You remember the woman verse 8. I'm going to start from 88 because it's important. Verse 88, to my fellow Christians, listen to this, listen carefully, please take note. Like chapter 4 verse 88, really important. What is the matter with you that you are two groups concerning the hypocrites, while Allah has made them fall back into error and disbelief for what they earned? Do you wish to guide those whom Allah has sent astray? I think that's how you say it. And he whom Allah sends astray will never you find for him a way of guidance. This is chapter 4, verse 88. And it just disappeared on my screen. No idea why, but that's all right. We'll deal with it. Yeah, let me remove this. Chapter 4, verse 88. Please do correct me. As you know, I'm still very new. I'm still learning my faith, but isn't this amazingly, amazingly the opposite of what we are told as Christians? It is part of our duty as Christians to preach. It is part of our duty as Christians to actually do talk to our fellow humans, Christian or not, and try to help them come back to the right way. Whereas in Islam, literally, it's what is the matter with you? If Allah said they're bad, they're bad. You will never find guidance for them. This is one of the verses that absolutely shows the contradiction between Christianity versus Islam. I normally don't like doing this. I don't like doing the comparison. But right here, chapter 4, verse 88, is absolute opposite of what we do as Christians. When we see one committing sin or thinking sinful path or having a sinister life, we are to talk to them using the scripture, to talk to them and try to hold their hand and bring them back. Preach. Talk to non-Christians to help them see the path. But 488, I literally was like, what is the matter with you? Why would you go try to save someone from their sins? I don't know. Back to it, because I do need to. I have not, Boris, but if you send me a link of some sort, I'll look into it for sure. Um, Okay. I'm going to continue on this chapter because that one was just different, but it goes to 89. We're going to keep going. They wish you would disbelieve as they disbelieve. So you would be alike. So do not take from them, among them, allies until they immigrate for the cause of Allah. But if they turn away or refuse, then seize them and kill them for their betrayal wherever you find them, and take not from among them any ally or helper. Let me read the last part of this one more time. If they turn away or refuse, then seize them and kill them for their betrayal wherever you find them. Let me break this down so we're all on the same page, as I guess it gets confusing sometimes. For everyone, either a Muslim or a Islam apologizer, when you say every time in Quran it says kill them wherever you find them is about war, you want to show me where this war was about? It wasn't. It's simply about disbelievers who want you to be a disbeliever. You don't take them as allies. Again, going back to, oh, we're friends, we're brothers and sisters of the books. No, if you're a disbeliever, Muslims not to take you as allies. And then, unless they migrate in name of Allah, become Muslims, and if they refuse or turn away, then seize them and kill them wherever you find them. Ladies and gentlemen, based on this very verse of Quran, chapter 4, verse 89, yours truly shall be killed. I turned away. I betrayed the Muslim community. I turned away. I wasn't one to refuse. You're the one to be refusing it. I was the one to turn away. Another part of when Muslims said, uh, there is no death penalty for ex-Muslims. Well, there you have it. They turn away. They turn away and you kill them, seize them, and kill them wherever you find them. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I am reading it right. I mean, if you want me to actually grab a copy from here and read it, just in case if the online version is kind of fake, I'd do that. But you can't make this stuff up. Dear Muslims, let's all agree that you have chosen to follow an ideology that is not all about peace, and it's all about kill them, kill them, kill them, schism, kill them wherever you find them. This is literally the fifth verse in last 6 months I have brought on camera, between reporting on news, which is never ending, wherever I get a chance, wherever you find them, whenever I get a chance to bring verses. This is the sixth verse in the Quran, absolutely not relevant to war, that is ordering Muslims to seize them and kill them wherever they find them. And here's what I'm going to say. For sake of argument, for one split second, I'm going to say this isn't even talk about Christians and this isn't going to talk about Jews. Okay, let's say based on their argument, this is only talking about atheists and Buddhists and Baha'is. Doesn't matter. As a Christian, I will not wish harm and death upon anyone. As Christians, we're not to kill unless it's self-defense or capital punishment. We don't get to kill people because they're not Christians. But you get to kill people because they're not Muslims. You see the difference? You see where coexist does not exist? I am not asking you to change your ways because it's your way, not mine. And based on your own law, I shall not tell you what to do because you will never find guidance because apparently your own Allah given up on everybody. And what kind of creator is he, by the ways? The creator who gives up on a certain group of people is not a creator. It's a manipulator. Oh, wait, yeah, Allah himself said he's the greatest of deceivers. Oops, forgot that part of Quran, I guess. Point is, you do what you want to do. All I'm asking you is to be honest. Don't send your puppets in front of camera with their fancy suits and ties to tell people Islam is a religion of peace, because there are two very big lies in that one short sentence. Islam is not a religion, and it's most definitely not a peaceful religion. You cannot call it a religion when there is absolute mandate of you're going to either be a Muslim or be dead. That is not a religion. It's not. It's a cult. And again, 51% of Quran is references to kill him, seize him, kill him, behead him, turn him into your slave, whatever. That is not the definition of peace. Now, does this very chapter go on? I will put it up in a second, to say don't kill them if you have treaty with them or if they offer you peace. Yes, it does. Actually, let me put that up, and then I will come to comments in a minute. Hold on. Here we go. Where are we? There you go. Except for those who take refuge with a people between yourselves and whom is a treaty, or those who come to you, their hearts strained at the prospect of fighting you. Okay, they don't want to fight you. Or fighting their own people. And if Allah had will, He could have given them power over you, and they would have fought you. So if they remove themselves from you and do not fight you and offer you peace, then Allah has now made for you a cause for fighting against them. Conditions: if they remove themselves from you and do not fight you and offer you peace, then you do not have to fight them. Goes to 91 to say, you will find others who wish to obtain security from you and to obtain security from their people. What are we talking about? The devil-faced ones, Love them both. The coexistent one. Do you see the coexistence sign here? You will find others who wish to obtain security from you and to obtain security from their people, called coexistence. Nowadays, today, we have the banners and the plugs behind the cars. Every time they return to the influence of this belief, their people, they fall back into it. So if they do not withdraw from you or offer you peace or restrain their hands, then seize them and kill them wherever you overtake them. Again, seize them and kill them wherever you overtake them. The very first sentence of 491 is the definition of coexist. Allah himself said don't coexist. And we're over here like killing ourselves. We gotta coexist. No, you don't. No, you don't. Woo! That was a good one. Yes, Kiba, and it does contradict one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not kill. That's what I'm saying. As Christians, we don't go killing people. The only time we're allowed to kill is self-defense or capital punishment. Self-defense or capital punishment. We do not walk around as Christians, but do Christians kill people? Yes. But as Christians, we do not have authorization and a green light from God to just go kill people because they're not Christians. Go kill people because they're all day long in our Hollywood today and music industry. All they do is mock Jesus. Do we have the right to go kill them? No. Do you Muslims have the right to kill those who mock Muhammad? 100%. Don't talk coexistence with me. Don't. And again, I'm not asking Muslims to stop being Muslim. I'm not asking them All I'm asking Muslims is please, for once, be honest. I understand Quran itself gave you the option to not be honest. You have the option of taqiyya, which is lying to non-believers in order to further the agenda of Islamization or possibly protecting your own life or your Muslim brother's life. But for once, try to be honest. I personally will respect you much better if you would come out and tell the truth. If you would have stopped saying ISIS is not the real Islam, Hamas is not the real Islam, Islamic regime is not Islam, real Islam, Taliban is not. You want to tell me what is the real Islam, or do you not even know what the real Islam is? Because between all the hijackers and not real Islams, seems like they're all following the Quran way better than you do. Just saying. Let's just be honest about it. My grandfather always used to say, hey, even if you're going to become a burglar, make sure you're proud enough of it to hold your head up and say, I'm a burglar. Are you proud of being a Muslim? Then hold your head up and say, I follow this Quran that tells me to kill you unless you become a Muslim. That tells me you are a non believer because you believe in Trinity. Hold your head up and say, the reason you say in the name of Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I have the right to kill you. If you're not proud of what you follow, you probably shouldn't follow it anymore, should you now? Just saying. No, Scientologist, I can't even say it now. My head is all like, woohoo right now. Thank you, Emma, for coming here and helping me. Okay, we need the microphone close to me, though, because then people can't hear me. No, they don't. Here's the thing. Any ist, Scientology, Islam, what is atheism? It's the fact of you cannot coexist with any of these groups of people when they feel superior to the rest. You see, as Christians, for example, I do believe the one true way is Jesus. But that does not make me superior to anyone else as human. On earth, we're all equal. That's me as a Christian. I'm neither better or worse than anyone else. Because God has created all of us in his image. Therefore, how dare would I ever think I'm superior to anyone else? But my path is the only way. It's not even superior or not, it's the only way. That's my explanation of Christianity. You come to Islam, Scientology, atheism, they are superior. They are, as individual, they are superior to me and you. And their way is also superior to mine and yours. They don't claim their way is the only way, they claim their way is superior. The moment superiority comes into the picture, coexistence fades away. You cannot coexist. If one is superior, I use this really ridiculous example of because I love interior design. When I try to design a room, I make sure everything, even though I use different colors, but I make sure they blend into each other because I don't want one color popping and overriding and overshadowing every other accent of color. You even see that in my art. If you have purchased an item from me, you'll see there's a strong color in there, but it's not overriding because that's when it becomes superior. Everything else fades away, from eye, from heart, from mind, from body, anything. You get what I'm saying. I'm out of time, guys. I need to run and hug, or sorry, not hug. HGGFHH is your ID. You said something interesting. I will address this Monday. Free Palestine from Islam. I'm so sorry, darling. Palestine is a made up land of Islam. You can't free Palestine from Islam because Palestine is Islam. If you meant to say free Palestinians from oppression of Islam, hallelujah, amen, let's do that. The land of Palestine does not exist. It is a planted border of Islam to be able to get rid of Jews. You guys will stay safe and stay vigilant. Liveuptofreedom.com, liveuptofreedom.com. I will see you all Sunday night, 7 p.m. We do have a very special guest Sunday. You do not want to miss it, guys. We have one of the January 6th prisoners from the president in DC, calling in on Sunday to tell us about their condition and what is happening with them in the DC gulag. Stay safe, stay vigilant. May God bless you, and may God bless America.